we'll be looking at a rather simple circuit. To start things off, what we're going to be doing is simply turning this LED on. For the next series of these circuits, what we'll be needing is a 1000 UF capacitor, electrolytic, a momentary switch, or you can use just two wires to tap them together, an NPN transistor, a LED, and some resistors. Now, in the place of resistors, I'm using these resistors, variable resistors, and what I could use is one of these solid resistors, but there ain't no sense in it because I'll be changing different values of resistors throughout this circuitry, and so rather than having a whole bunch of different single individual resistors, I'll just be changing the resistance on these variable resistors. Now, to get a quick example of how the variable resistors work, I'll put this meter into ohm reading, and if you pay attention to the meter up here, I click the leads together and the meter zeroes out. So if I place one of the leads here and one of the leads on the center pin of the variable resistor, see if I get that in shot. There we go. We got 10K because we're on a 20K setting. We have a 10K resistor. Now, if try to get this all together. If I was to adjust this variable resistor with a screwdriver, I can go all the way down to nearly zero resistance. And on this particular resistor, I can go all the way up to nearly 20,000. It stops at 1630, it looks like. So I'm going for 10 just to start off at a round number. So you can adjust it very slowly, and I usually overshoot 10 just a little bit. So when I take the weight of the screwdriver off of the variable resistor, it should rest at about 10, and that'll be close enough because I'll be adjusting it anyway. In that, I have three different variable resistors. Two of them are identical. This is a 203 and a 203. How you read them, you can look at other YouTube videos on how to read them, but these are 203 resistors and this is a 103 resistor, variable resistor. And NPN transistor and a LED. And if you want to see the LED, it won't light up real bright, but you can see it light up a bit just by tapping it right there. You can see it light up a little bit. I'm putting just a slight voltage to it. Now on LEDs, if you look, one side will usually have a flat side on it, and the other side will still have a curve on it. On this LED, this side has the curve, this side has the flat side. The curved side is usually towards the positive rail, and the flat side's towards the negative rail. So you got anode and cathode. Now, to start this circuit, what we'll be doing is, first of all, let me let you know I have 5 volts running to the rails. I'll be running a positive to the switch. I'll jump that over from the switch. I'll jump it over to the positive side of the LED. And then I'm going to jump the negative side of the LED to ground, but instead of going directly to ground, I think I'll go ahead and jump this over to my variable resistor. I'm going to go to center pin just because, and then from the right pin, because we already have this set at 10, I'll go back to the positive side of the LED. So to follow, we have positive rail to switch, switch to variable resistor to Positive side of LED, negative side of LED, it's a negative rail. Now when I press the switch, it should make contact and allow the LED to light up, and it is. Now what I'm going to use the variable resistor for is I'm going to tune it very quickly. Go hold the switch down and adjust the variable resistor just until the LED stops getting bright. I'm going to stop it right about there because it looks like it's showing up pretty good on the camera. So that ought to be plenty bright. Now, it means this variable resistor is about the same. I'm going to set it to just about the same point minus a little. Alright, so that's our first circuit. And this is a simple switching diode circuit. You press the switch, electrons flow through the circuit, through the diode, lights the diode up, and that's what causes the light to light up. Now, the difference between a diode and a light bulb is a diode will only allow electrons to flow in one direction. So if we was to reverse the positive and the negative, now remember, as long as that switch is not pressed, there's no electricity going through there, so I did not short that out. If the switch was pressed at the time, that would have been a dead short right then. But right now it's not. So if I tried to switch it now, the LED won't allow it to light up because it will not allow electrons to flow the other direction. So if I place the positive and negative back to their original positions, now the LED lights up. So that's our first circuit.